Hi, everybody. This is Allison from Alley Cat Creations. How are you? Please, Amish Mindset, like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And if you get anything from my work, a connect the dot, an epiphany, a mind-blown moment, a new book to read, a new author to explore, please consider supporting my work. All the links are in the description box under the video. I made a mini. Look how cute. I made a mini. Tourmaline. It's one of my favorite stones. Look how micro mini. If you see anything that you like here, or go to my website, alleycatcreations211.com. The link should be tapped into YouTube, just to make that clear. You can look at what I do, and I am being commissioned to do, thanks to my chica from Staten Island, Miss Kimmy, I'm commissioned to do an oil painting, which I'm really excited to get back into doing those. I haven't done oil painting in years, so I'm really excited to get back into it. So hi everybody who I hope is doing the work on their self-love and compassion for all and not just some people. Spiritual soul advice, and I'm throwing in some oracle cards today because we're still in portal energy, so things are a little crazy, wonky, energies up and down, right? People's health is up and down right now. I know I had a couple of moments today. I was very frustrated, and as much as I was outside, I couldn't ground my energy. And yesterday I was in the hot tub, I'm all over the place. But I consciously was grounding, projecting, in trance, all kinds of shit. And I just couldn't get that energy out of me. Even as active as I am running around and doing the yard. So things were, a bit out of whack. But then I looked at the Schumann resonance at the end of the day, and we had a huge white spike. Huge. Actually, let me check if there's anything going on, because I was very productive today. Yeah, we had a spike too today. Here, I will show you guys. It's not the best. I don't know, it's hard to see on a Zoom on the phone with the reflection, but this was yesterday, and this is like maybe an hour or two ago. So a lot of energy, for me at least. A lot of people feel these differently. I know when I start getting in the zone, and I get a lot done. Like this morning I woke up and I put We Not Me on Rumble, like I do the Zoom and the get them set up. And then in between that, I cut 2 cantaloupe and pineapple, had coffee, fed little Thor like twice. He came back. He was in the house for 5 minutes, and then Morgan got wind of it and she wasn't having it. She's so diva. And then I boxed a creation that has to go out in the mail for tomorrow. And then, guys, I took a box I haven't opened. I've never opened. I'd even boxed the damn thing. I brought it with me because they're folding tables. Like where you put your TV dinners in, and they're vintage from 1970 something. It was probably when my parents got married in 73. Because this box was never open. It was in my attic, and something told me to take it and not to donate it. And I'm glad I didn't, because my whole kitchen is now rearranged, which was another thing that I was doing a lot of prep work for, is because that's where I make my candles. Just the accessibility to a sink, and I have the room up there. I was supposed to wait for the guy that I'm seeing to get in touch with me, so he has a truck. He could fit my kitchen tabletop in his truck. And by the time he got done doing something, it was a little too late. Like, I went about my day. I had to go to Michael's. I had to get canvas and some oil paint. And I'm like, it's Sunday. Things close early. I got to go. So today's been flying by. But reasons for me doing this, besides doing oracle cards to help everybody, there's a lot of energy we're trying to release, but it's being reflected out to people in the wrong way. There's a lot of trauma. I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it. Even though I shield, I kind of let down a little bit of a barrier so that I can receive what's going on, let it not affect me, because I know it's coming from outside of myself. But there is healing happening. You know, when I say go in and do the work, when I'm trying to motivate you to have self-love and compassion. And here's the thing, guys, and I'm not talking to everybody. This is just some of the people that show up in the chats that I'm in. Please don't get offended, because then that means you're triggered by something that you need to heal. When Yeshua, everybody goes back to Yeshua. I don't know why. He was prolific, don't get me wrong, but anybody, when they're teaching the law of one, and they're talking about, most spiritual people talk about the densities and what each level of learning is, right? So third density is self-discovery. It's knowing thyself. The later stages is finding that God inside of you, knowing that you are divine. The next level is unconditional love. But not just saying I love animals, not just saying I do things for other people because it feels great. Of course it does. I love doing for other people. I give way too much of myself than I receive back. But I already know that struggle and battle with me. And I have to put my barriers and my boundaries up sometimes, because there should be some sort of energy exchange. It doesn't necessarily need to equate to equal. It just needs to be an energy exchange. But there are people who go above and beyond, above. I used to be one of those people. I used to give everybody everything and never, ever pouring anything into my own cup. It's when the nice people get walked all over, that term, that's because you are freely allowing it to happen. But a lot of this is happening and stirring within the collective right now. And compassion needs to be to everything, everyone, not just who you choose. And this is the biggest battle in the political sphere and in the spiritual and the galactic. Because we want to say the Dracos are bad, the Anunnaki are bad, and this is bad, and this is bad, and they're the fault, they're the blame, they're the this, they're the that. But they are us. It's hard to grasp. You have to embody this. They're a part of the freaking fold too. They were created by Source, the infinite intelligence, the monad, the pleroma, the biggest infinity of light energy, whatever you want to call it. They were all, and they are all of us. They're just having an experience, and it's way different from ours. Okay, but that still doesn't mean they're not from source. They are. They don't acknowledge source, but they are still from source. So when you get that, understand it, encompass that in your embodiment, you tend to go into a neutral zone. You see that it's a coin with the heads and the tails. It's the same coin, depends where it flips, right? And this time when we flipped the coin, it landed on the positive polarity facing up, going to Godward, and the polarity of the negative is going in ascending in their own way. We should not be judging, right? But right now, there's a lot of things that we need to, I see a lot of people speak it in the chats. I see a lot of people writing it down, but the next breath, I hate them. I don't have my button down here. Okay, so you can hate another part of yourself. That's fine, right? But you can't have compassion if you hate. Hate's a very strong word. You can dislike it, but if they didn't exist, you wouldn't be awake. You wouldn't be remembering, because we did this before. It's in different ways, but we've done this. I've done this too many times. I'm tired. I'm tired. My soul is tired. You know, what's funny is the age thing too. I speak sense into people in their 70s. My soul is extremely old. My mission, I had to wait because of what I had to do, right? And that mission's over. Success. But now I had to move on. And I have other missions to do. We all do. But we need to find where we're lacking in working on that, where you are lacking and where you're not giving your compassion to. Because when you embody it, you project it out. Your outer world starts manifesting the neutrality, because you understand good and evil. You understand the mechanisms of how it actually materializes in the outer world and in the inner world. A lot of people right now are going through a lot of health issues, and these are healthy people. So there's a lot of us who have, I have RA, I have thyroid issues, and they're severe. I know people that have cancer, and I've watched a lot of my friends die of cancer. I know people who have heart problems. I know people that have diabetes. I know people that have a slew of different things within my family and without of my family. Okay. A lot of this is we signed up to have an experience, and having an illness is that in itself. And that illness is to teach us to have compassion for ourselves. Who knew? I know most people do know, but are you embodying it? Are you focusing on it? Are you trying to do better? I don't want to hear the butt dance, the but my. I was 22 years old when my father died. I just just graduated with my bachelor's degree. It's hanging up over there. And I had my sights set on going to get my master's degree in art education so I can teach deaf students. And I would have to go back to school to get my interpreting license because I'm dyslexic. So it's, I need somebody to, I learned sign language in high school and in junior high. Love sign language. I wanted to teach deaf kids. I'm very passionate. I was hard of hearing as a child. Okay, that never happened. I woke up one morning, I couldn't hold a pencil. I couldn't do this. My hands wouldn't work. You know what else I couldn't do? Get out of bed. You know what I couldn't do? Put my socks on. You know what I couldn't do? Go to the bathroom by myself. Okay, I was 22 years old when that reality hit me. You know what my doctor said to me? And again, he's a part of I thankfully had doctors, even though they're indoctrinated. I was given choices. Hey, you want to go the holistic route? We still need to get blood work on you because we need to know where your levels are. Your inflammation, your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, and your liver. We need to make sure what you're doing is not harming you. Cool, kosher, great. 2 years of holistic, trying acupuncture, pressure, movement, PT, different diets, different minimals, different supplements, different this, different that, and it didn't work. None of it. It wouldn't allow me to move. And I had to bite the bullet and go on biologics. And then when I went on them, and then I kept having to get upgraded in dosage. Yeah, I felt great for a while, and then it just plummeted down, and they would put me on something else and put me on something else and put me on something else. And then one day, I stopped and I said to my doctor, if none of this is working, I don't want to poison my body anymore. Like, my teeth are a huge result of that. My hair color change was a huge, I went gray at 17, but it exponentially, fully blown, came in earlier. And I said to my doctor, I'm like, I rather just figure it out on my own and try again in different ways. And he's like, that's perfect. You got to do what's best for your body, and you have to start listening to it. And of course I was, but I didn't have anybody to steer me in the right direction. When I figured out I need a happy balance, I took all the animal protein out. Well, I now need to incorporate it back in, because you know what? When I have it in balance, it makes me feel great. Okay. I'm not against people who are into veganism and vegetarianism. I tried it. My body needs animal protein. That's just the makeup of my chemistry. It's not because I want animals to be killed horrendously, and I make a conscious effort to get things that are, grass and, as free as possible and as wholesome as possible. And I always, always, always thank the animal. Always. Sorry, guys. I like having my candle lit. And my candle, not the ones I make. I'm making winter scents. Not necessarily holiday stuff. But like cool stuff. Minty, pepperminty. I'm working on different blends of scents. Anywho, It took me a long time to get off of all my medication. The only thing I go back and forth with is my thyroid medication, because Hashimoto's, 1 minute it's not working and the next minute's in overdrive. And if I keep taking the dose that I was given, and again, I don't have health insurance, so I can't afford it, and I hoarded it. The year when I lost my job, they gave me an up to a year, almost 9 months. No, take that back. 10 months. So whenever I had a refill, I would make sure I need more. And my doctor put in the extra stuff. So I had, but then if things keep up, then my heart starts going. And yeah, it is ascension symptoms. It is my energy that I need to disperse, but it's also like you have a thyroid problem. You got to make sure you're taking care of it. I want to impart this on everybody that is awake and understands certain components of what is being put out and pushed out there into the masses. Just because you have Telegram, just because somebody gives you this big thing about medbeds, well, the medbeds are coming, this is coming, that is coming. Why aren't you living your effing life? You know, my best friend died at 24 from osteosarcoma. He lost his leg. He was 6'2". He was all leg too. Okay. He was in pain. He was on chemotherapy. He did the right to try stuff. He had to move to Florida for a little bit to do some, experimental stuff, because he's like, if I die, whatever, I'm going to die anyway, whatever. Right. He knew it. He knew he was going, and he made the most out of what time he had left. And if we all encapsulate that, you don't know if you're waking up tomorrow. Anything can happen. And I don't want to put that fear in your mind, but just think about it rationally, right? Something can happen to you in your sleep. That was a part of your plan that you wrote for yourself. Tomorrow is never promised. And if we keep living and waiting for shit to come that's not coming anytime soon, I'm sorry, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. And if it does come, great. But if it comes, great. Well, there's still going to be a million people waiting on that line. What are you doing today to live your life fully? What are you doing today to make yourself happy? It all starts here. The universe is within you. When are you making the conscious effort to take the conscious breath? And start doing the work. I'm seeing a lot of trauma, which is great. We need to see this. This is what is great about this work. And it's great for me to see it happening. Okay. People could go back on my Facebook and go back for years and years and years. And a lot of people know my story since my beginning. Okay. I know people in grade school that know my story that I still talk to. When my life actually started to change for the better and not just be a bombardment of loss, death, suicide, that was birth mother and uncle and a bunch of my friends. And then the ODs and then this and cancer, a lot of cancer. A lot of people I know died of cancer and young. Okay. It's not easy seeing a friend your age pass away. Sorry. It's not easy. Even though I know what death actually is, and I've seen it and I have communication, still not easy. But at the end of the day, I know they're just energy and they can come in and hang out with me at any time. And they normally do. They'll tell me, they'll put a song in my head, stuff I hate. But I made the effort to change my mind 5 years ago, 6 now, since my mother passed. Because I was finding myself not having a purpose, because my purpose for 13 years was to take care of her, wake up and have a routine. I had to go to work. I had to get her, breakfast. I had to get things done in the house even before I left to get on the bus at 5 a.m. Okay. It was a big chore. And then coming home and having to do dinner and doing, being like a housewife to a mother, a caretaker. I had to do that for 13 years. And when she passed away, I didn't feel like I had a purpose. I didn't know what it was. I had nobody around me. I didn't have friends that I hung out with. I didn't have a family to go to for the holidays. It was just me, and it was not easy. But I consciously made a choice to change my mind and how I was reacting to the outside world and start reflecting it inside and finding out what is it that I need to do to better my life. And it didn't go right at first, because then 4 years later, I lost my job. And then the biggest life-changing moments happened to me in the last year or 2 years. And if I didn't have that start of changing my mindset and start of healing my trauma, finding myself, understanding what makes me happy, and that shifts as you get older. Things shift. What you were able to do at 30, you can't really do much at 40. And not to say physically, it's just the times in life has changed and things are always forever shifting. So you got to kind of catch up with yourself and say, well, in this moment right now, what will make me happy? What can I do to get income, to have a life so I could sustain myself and be happy? I made the conscious effort to start this channel. I made the conscious effort. I was doing epoxy resin at my old house, but now I'm like in it to win it, where there I was in it to survive. Like, I enjoy doing this. This is a hobby, but I also made my artwork a business. And my parents always said, I don't know what you're going to do with your degree. I don't know. Well, you told me to go to college. You told me I have no choice. I have to go. So I went to the school that took my application and said, yes, you're accepted. And I excelled. I made them proud. But they didn't like it. They didn't like my choices. Because I didn't see the potentiality in the art world. And it is, I am a star and always have been a starving artist. Most artists don't get famous until after they're dead, oddly enough. But I hope that this new world changes that, because you should be putting things with intention in your house, not going to Target and saying, look at that cute little elephant painting, I want it on my wall. Well, why can't you have somebody make that for you? Because they're putting their life force into it. 98% of the canvases that you see in Target, they're just prints. They're not even somebody that painted it. So just conscious effort. Put something where somebody's putting their energy into the work. I'm going off topic, but I found my passions. I started loving myself on a deeper level than saying, I love you in the mirror. I am worthy. I'm worthy of great things. Up until this point in my life, nothing has ever fallen into place. I've always made just up to poverty level in salary. I have never excelled in anything. Everything I've always done, something comes in to knock me down and hit rock bottom. And I've done that now 3 times. It's not fun. But instead of dwelling on those things, what did I learn from those experiences? What did I gain from those experiences? And now how do I use what I learned to move myself forward? Because I'm not going back there. Sorry, sayonara. That is not repeating. So instead of being, oh my goodness, and letting it affect me in a negative way, I'm going to allow it to teach me how to change my mind and what worked and what didn't work and move forward with my life. The future is not back there. It's moving forward. So you have to make that conscious decision for yourself to move forward. Stop resisting. Stop the but this, but that dance. Because you're not pouring anything into your cup. You're always depleting yourself by giving it to other people. And many people don't and aren't aware you're empaths. Most people are. They don't understand it. They don't comprehend it. They just feel things. Or they're absorbing everybody else's shit and they don't know why they're depressed. They can't put a finger on why do I feel this way. I was fine 5 minutes ago. Oh, because someone walked into the room and you just absorbed everything off of them. Learn how to shield and protect your energy. And that's going in and doing your own work. That's going in and doing your conscious breaths. You got to start, and we're going to figure out where. Here's the thing. This is hard stuff. It's not easy to hear it. It isn't easy. You got to have enough courage in you to tackle it, to start. You got to start somewhere. Okay, even if that's just in the shower, taking that healing, beautiful stream of water and watching all the negative gunk come off of you and go down the drain. That's a start. You know, you get those stupid calendars at the dollar store that have some cheery, festive saying on it, affirmation. Get it for yourself. It's a freaking $1. Because I bet you once you start feeding your soul positive affirmations and start reaffirming the love you have for yourself, your life is going to start changing. Guys, I haven't had a real job in 2 years, and it's hard. It's getting harder and harder for me to even figure out I need a steady income. Yes, I love my artwork, but somewhere, somehow, if this doesn't take off, I still need to find a steady job. I volunteer a lot of my time and my money and my effort into other people, but I now need to take care of my own needs. Right? Like I have to eat. I need a new car, and I can get a used car, but I need something. And you got to have a job to finance. Or I go to some shady place. I'm not looking for that. I want everything done right. Spirit is like, keep shuffling. Again, I go personal. I'm telling you from my heart space. I have had an entire lifespan of 40 years, but nothing but trauma, loss, death, and trauma. I've seen a lot of things in the unseen realms. I've seen things I shouldn't have had been exposed to. I have seen a lot in my little short time that I've been here. I know a lot of you have probably have very similar stories to mine. It's not a competition. Who wants that to be a competition? But the game changer I'm trying to impart on all of you is that when I changed, when I got to Indiana, and I was not fearful, but I was anxious because I didn't know what was going to happen. I put my faith in myself first and then source and said, well, I'm giving you, please steer me in the right direction. I don't know what to do. This is the first time I'm doing half of the things I'm doing. Please give me some guidance. And I got that guidance. You have to trust in yourself. That means your higher self. That means everything that encompasses you as a soul and a body. The biggest challenge I know a lot of people have is loving their body. I'm going through that right now because I was too emaciated last year, and now I'm gaining weight and I can't fit into any of my clothes. And it's something innate within me that I cannot get to where I was when my thyroid first started. I was really, really heavy. I didn't feel good. I didn't like the way I looked. And I implemented changes, but when you have health problems, it becomes a lot harder to heal. A lot. Turn what's inside of you that might be a disease or an illness or some imperfection you find. You're not alone. And when someone sees the strength that you have to persevere through all your pain, through all the misery that you're going through, that you physically feel, and it sucks, whether it be stuck in the bathroom all day. I have tons of friends that have Crohn's disease. I have friends that have MS. Okay. And they're young. They're young. Like I said, I was 22 when I was told, well, you have to quit dancing. There's no way your hips are going to hang in with the dancing and impact you put on your body. I was on point. I was doing competitions. I was doing the dance mom's life. Loved it. It was my passion. I had to give it up. I had to relearn how to move properly for how my body needs me to move so I don't hurt myself. Whatever it is that you have, you're not alone. There's billions of people on this planet, and I bet you there's a few people that know exactly how you feel. You're not alone. You got to reach inside because you might be the light that heals somebody because you did something that if they try, might help them. We got to stop with the hate. And that's hating yourself. You need to go and love yourself. You need to do something each day, whether it be a thought that takes a snap, whether it be taking a little bit of a longer shower so you can actually feel relaxed and not rushed. Light a candle and have some tea or coffee, whatever it is that you drink. Try to avoid alcohol because that lowers your vibrations. But again, if you consciously have that drink, keep it at a minimum. This is something from what I'm seeing when people need a drink to relax, there's something unhealed. The same thing with the cigarette, the same thing with food. Anything that you reach to feel good, why are you doing it? Ask yourself. My mom, her comfort was food before it was cigarettes, and my father made her get hypnotized to stop smoking. She smoked 3 packs of Camels a day. And my father said, if you want this, I was adopted. You're not smoking in front of your child. Absolutely effing not in my house, not around my child. And my father got her hypnotized and it worked. The food thing, no. You need to eat to survive. You don't need to smoke. She got hypnotized. It worked. But she turned that was a stress relief for her. She turned it into food. We need to find modalities of things that will work for you instead of reaching for something or instead of overeating. Yes, you need to eat, but again, during the day, oh, it's Halloween time. I do this myself because I bought candy to hand out to the kids, and now I'm looking at it. Oh, I want something sweet. I love sweets. I love candy. I love it. And I test myself every day. Oh, no, you're not going in there. Nope. You're not doing it. Nope. It's hard. There's a lot being released right now, and it's out in the ether. Take it with grace. It's okay. I can have a little Snickers or a little Milky Way. No, is it healthy? No. Is it good for you? No. But don't eat the whole bag. That's the challenge. What I did with my mother, and I'm only saying this, it might be off topic, but I'm saying this because this helped her. My mother was over 300 pounds. She was extremely obese, couldn't breathe, and she was not diagnosed with a thyroid problem until the goiter came out. She always went to the doctor, but they never really cared. She had sleep apnea. She used to talk in her sleep. It was scary shit. And one day, when I got my other job at the for education, I had a sub. I noticed when I got home from work and at different times, because it depended where I was subbing at. I subbed like 3 boroughs. I used to find QVC and HSN boxes in front of the house. My mom snuck food into the house. Okay. This is how bad her problem was. And at some point, I said to my mom, I'm going to eat it all. I don't want you having all of this. You can't have this anymore. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go food shopping like I always do. And I'm going to get a snack bag. And you're going to get what I give you. And that is a conscious choice what you do with it. You can have all the cookies at once, or you can make all of them last throughout the day. It's a conscious choice, Mom. you're killing yourself. I'm going to give you some junk. You're going to have some healthy. And as the months kept going on, she would prefer the healthier over the junk. And instead of a whole box of cookies, I start off at 10. This is all you're having for the day. You're not having a whole box. You're going to have 10. Choose wisely. I retrained her brain. And then as the months I weaned the cookies down to 5. Right? And the other snacks that she used to snack on. Even healthy snacks aren't so healthy if you overeat them. Right? It's not healthy to have you have to have a balance. So through that time period, her weight was dramatically shifting. She wasn't moving, but was retraining her brain to love herself and to consciously think, okay, I have this bag of cookies. When do I want my cookie? Do I want all of them now? Or do I want to separate them during the day? And she'd make different choices each and every day. But it changes your mindset when you put it into practicality. It has a cause and effect. So I want people to, at home, if you're struggling with that, try that. It isn't easy at the beginning, but make it a habit to make snack bags. Cut it down. Like for me, I'm not a foodie. I eat like a child. I don't have a big appetite, but I do like to snack. So I make a conscious choice. Okay, so yesterday I cut up 2 cantaloupe, and then I make a bowl of cantaloupe during the day because it's very alkaline. And then I'll make my smoothie. And each day, do I want passion fruit in it? Do I want kiwi? And I'll change up the fruits each day. I like cashews, roasted cashews. I'll eat a whole bin of them. But I put it in a snack bag, so when the snack bag is on, I know I'm done. It's about retraining your brain, and you can do this with anything. I'm just giving you the example of food because this is what is coming out into a large portion of people right now. That's what I'm feeling, is everybody's running to food to be comforted when you got to watch out for your physical body. The expansion is happening, and it's coming within you as you're expanding your body. Yes, honor your body. If you're hungry, eat, right? But don't get carried away in the stress. Well, this is... I'm holding on to this card because it's very important. Soul writing. We become the stories we tell. You are the author of your story. Write one that inspires you and doesn't let anyone else command the pen. Well, my husband, my kids, my grandkids, my this, my that, my this, my that, but. You write your story. No one else can. Physical reality is temporary. It is forever changing from one moment to the next. The events and experiences of your life are multidimensional. It's true. Their purpose and form will shift as your perception of them does. It does. It does. Let go of justifying or analyzing the events that become your stories. and lift yourself into a new way of seeing them. Look at the card and imagine you are the angel rising. Sorry, guys, on the lighting. To the soul light at the top of the pyramid. From this expanded view, you could see all your stories, their facets from a neutral position. A higher perspective will unveil and reveal what was previously unknown. You may be surprised, shocked, or embarrassed that the story you have identified with is not what you thought it was. Don't stress. This indicates that the stories are shaking loose and healing is occurring. You are doing so well. You are worthy and you are loved. Everything I just spoke about myself and my journey, is just to take away to help others. I had to go through those hard things so I can help others understand, because I had the experience. I walked through it. I felt all the emotions, all the pain. Be this angel. Write your story. Because you want to know what? I put my faith in source and myself. I moved. And yes, I have stress with the house. But when I go outside, I love everything that I'm seeing. I love the trees. I love the animals. Little Thor. Wouldn't have little Thor in my life if I didn't move. I wouldn't have the raccoons in my backyard that are so cute and fluffy and adorable, even though they're hellions. I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have the birds. I wouldn't have clear skies, fresh air. Didn't have that in New York. I'm happy because I wrote that in my story. It's a conscious choice. And when I started really feeling it, my car stopped working. I needed a jump. And I went out to go jump my own car because I have all the tools. And it needed to be charged. And I forgot to charge it the day before. And it was empty and it wasn't starting my car. And 20 minutes later, I got a knock at my door. Unexpected, nice gentleman. Hey, do you need a jump? Sure. And now I'm seeing him, taking it very slow. But that stuff doesn't happen to me. I haven't had anybody for 13 years in another relationship. I never had a relationship 13 years ago. I thought I was doomed. And I totally forgot about it because, hey, if it happens, great. If it doesn't, great. That's the attitude I'm trying to impart on you guys. If things happen, that's wonderful, right? Who doesn't want anybody else to be happy? I want everybody to be healed and be happy. But we got to be practical and realistic. And that goes with everything in your life. That's hard. I'm giving you guys personal stuff because I'm still living through this. I'm also shifting with you. I am not anybody special. Because I know what I am doesn't make me any more special than you. I'm just able to project it in words on how people should help themselves. That's all, right? And I'm sure many of you do that with your girlfriends and your guy friends. Write your story. This is the new rebirth. Look at what happened to you. Take the learning experience. What did you learn? What did you gain? What can you throw away? Take that objectively. Don't point fingers at, well, this person and that well, you wrote that for yourself to have that person do that to you. Sucks, but you did. It hurts nonetheless, but heal it. Get over the jealousy and enviness that you want to be something else, somebody else. You want. Just be. Just be. I think that's another problem that people encompass in, especially the moment that I'm in. And I'm transcending at this point because some of those conversations I read in chat are very hard for me to not respond in a way that isn't going to be, well, she's a bitch. No, I just, I have to have the grace and understanding. I can't change anybody that's not willing to change for themselves. And not everybody's ready to do the work. And I understand that. And I give compassion to all of you that are still like not there yet. And it's okay not to be. It's going to happen in time. But please remember the words that I am speaking, because when you are ready, it's going to be a cakewalk compared to mulling through the mud like I had to. I want people to join me in this. The quicker we all self-love, the quicker we move forward and move this society forward, because we're putting it into manifestation on the outside. When you beam that radiant light that all of you are from the inside, and you feel it, you embody it, you get it, the aha, the epiphany, you're going to be so much better for it. And that raises your vibration, that raises your frequency. That will help manifest pure light energy of the cause and effect to come into this reality. We're not letting the evil, negative people steer an agenda because you know better. Oh, this person said this, and that person said that, and this said this, and that, and that. Did you go in? Did you go into yourself? You still need discernment, whether, again, it's a judgment or not, but you still need to learn the discernment. And when you're done with that discernment, you transcend it. Did you learn? Stop hanging on to even the healthy stuff. Guys, med beds are not going to help everybody. You need to have the frequency to have the quantum entanglement and the mechanics help you. If you're not frequenting at a high rate, you think it's going to help you? If those machines are what I investigated what those are, you have to have the frequency to be in those machines, unless you want to implode or explode or whatever. Okay, Unsolved Mysteries is going to have a whole new like dimensionality to it. Guys, I'm only saying this because I deeply care about each and every one of you, and I know who watches me and who doesn't, and it's okay. But there will be some people down the road that watch me, and I can tell you right now, it might sound woo-woo, crazy bullshit. I don't want to be that girl that had to be told my whole life, well, Allison, you're right. I don't want to be, I told you so. I don't want to be that. It sucks having to be told that. You didn't have faith in what I said to you in the first place. But then again, you have to understand that people have to learn on their own and have to have that experience. But sometimes, even though you have to go through the experience, it doesn't have to be that bad. You might still have to walk through the mud, but your shoes are covered because someone told you to cover your shoes. Still difficult to walk in the mud, but your shoes won't get ruined. So this card's very interesting. I'll read it to you and then I'll go into why. Following the path of another, your path is being redirected to where it should be. So if you're going through major changes right now in your life, things are upheaving. You know, my upheaval happened last year, and I'm still anchoring my energy and still getting used to being comfortable in a new place, new surroundings, new people. Not that people are new, but like a different lifestyle, right? I'm used to this. I'm not used to just, and I am in a spiritual sense, but like on an everyday basis, going to work in the city and the hustle and bustle of Manhattan, right? Like everything's go, go, go. Tourists, get out of my way. Get out of my way. I gotta get a little, you know, and people are eating their lunch on the run, right? This is New York culture. And to be here and everybody's just chillaxed. I like it. I just have to get used to it. But my path, my spiritual journey is just beginning. And I don't know all the facets and all the missions I have. I don't remember them yet. They will come to me when it is necessary for me to start. And I want you all to figure that out for yourselves. And that's going in and doing the work. But if things are upheaving right now and you're getting triggered by so much stuff, right? Ask yourself why. Because we're all being steered to make changes. And that starts at home in your mind. Time to move on. Flow with the river. See where it takes you. That's what I had to do. I had to let the river flow, and I just went along for the ride and put my faith in the universe. When you do so, it's not easy. Things don't, this is the expectations that we have on what we want to manifest. They're not going to come out how you expect. So don't have expectations. Just hope for the best, right? Don't have hopium either, right? If I would have taken everybody, well, it's going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen, I would be homeless and I'd probably be dead by now. If I listened to everybody, I went inside of myself to know that, and does that make sense? For me, it doesn't. And I made something better out of myself. And I did a lot of maturing, a lot of soul. I reflected the other day on myself, on how far I have come facing adversity, giving myself credit finally for all the things I feel like I didn't do enough with this move. But then when I really look back on the year that I had, I did a shit ton all alone by myself, no help. Like I beat my own self up for not thanking myself that I did enough. And that work doesn't end, but that to kick myself in the ass in a bad way, that I got a lot done within a year just moving in alone, right? Stop kicking yourself in a negative way. Light the fire under your ass, right? but don't hurt yourself. Stop negative self-speak. It's not going to get you anywhere. It lowers your vibrations. You're not changing your mind by negatively speaking bad about yourself. Well, today I was lazy. Well, you want to know what? You needed some days off, like not doing anything. I used to beat myself up all the time for that. And then Spirit reminded me, hey, Allison, guess what? Your body is yelling at you to lay the F down. So you know what? Go get your headphones and meditate. Go read a book. Give yourself compassion. Give yourself grace to say, well, if I didn't get this done today, it will get done another day. It's not the biggest deal. Yes, do we want rats in our house if we didn't put the dishes away, or we didn't put you clean the sink is going bananas? Yeah, I get it. But there are days that you force yourself to do things, and there are other days that you just take a break and relax. I try to impart breaks throughout my day. I do, and then I rest. And I do more, and then I take a break. And I do more, and I take a break, so that I don't burn my body out or my energy out. That's why I like doing my artwork, and that's why I like epoxy, because you can only do one layer at a time. And it takes a 24-hour period for each of these layers to dry. Value yourself. Spend time nurturing you. I don't make this shit up, guys. This is Spirit. Everything I just said. Hi, card popped out. Confirmation. Realization. Feed your emotions as they rise. Sorry, there's my dyslexia. Feel your emotions as they rise. And this is what's happening in the collective right now. You're not feeling your emotions. You're projecting them at other people. The high school catty stuff that happens amongst women, that gotta stop. Comparing yourself to other people, that needs to stop. When those emotions rise up in you, you need to take the eagle's eye view. Why do I feel this way? Objectively look. Instead of projecting it and giving your luggage onto somebody else. I didn't say baggage. Yeah, but some people got luggage. And that's okay. That means you need to start. Imagine a place where your heart feels at home. Okay, and I'm going to give you a hint. Home. Home is not in the galaxy in Alpha Centauri. Home, yeah, I want to go home back to source. I want to be my light body again. Okay, but guess what? That's happening within me. This is home. For however long home is, this is home. This reality is my home. And if you need to change your home, your outward home, or change up the flow, move furniture around to make it zen, do so. And I want to hear, oh, but my but. When are you going to put your foot down and say, this is also mine and I need a change? When are you going to stand in your conviction to put your boundaries up with other people instead of having them dictate to you your story? You're writing, you are the author of your life and your soul's journey. You authored it. Stand in your convictions. Put boundaries up. Don't be, I mean, you could be nice about it as well. You don't need to be an asshole. Sometimes you have to with certain people, and that's okay too. But put your boundaries up. But my husband doesn't want this in the bathroom. But my husband doesn't want this. Or but my wife doesn't want that. But what is it that you need to heal? What is it that they need to heal? Because I bet you it's very similar. If you're married to somebody that you really truly love, they are mirroring you. What you might need to heal, they might need to heal too. They just don't know how to go about it. So you start the trend. You be the model. Face forward. You will find a way. Thank you, Spirit. Gather together your own community of support and love. Look at nature. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, if you don't have people around you that are like-minded and you didn't get your tribe, or your tribe is very far away and you can't sit in a chat and support other people or have that support come to you, okay, go into nature. Commune with nature. I know this video is going to be long. Sorry. But again, I wanted to do polls on cards, and I also wanted to help those. There's a lot of people needing that right now. There's a lot of people that don't know even where to start. And I'm hoping that by doing these, like I said during my channel anniversary, like the direction is going to change because the needs of the collective change. So if this is what people need, which I've been hearing that it's helping, you know, I can't do the work for you, but I can help steer you in a direction where you're going to find that help, or you're going to get the epiphany in your head to start somewhere. Action. Drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart. Take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive confirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting adventure. I know it's hard to see. I'm sorry. Creativity. We, your angelic messengers, are here to help unleash the endless creative potential that you possess. Listen to the whispers of love inside your heart as we communicate with you through feeling and emotion. Let go of fear and apprehension and express the endless source of creativity you possess. Have fun and allow the inner child within you to express your true essence. All is valid. I know, I'm an artist. I get it. And some of you aren't. That's okay. Some of you are musicians. Even though I don't have teeth to play this, I one day will. It's a jaw harp. One day I'm going to be able to play that. what are you creative in? And if you don't know, you know what always I like to do? Find a park and go on a swing. And just let yourself be a child again. Who doesn't like to go swinging? Or playing on the jungle gym? Or going for an adventurous walk in the nature? It's fall. It is gorgeous outside. Depending where you are in the world, I get it. But try to get outside. Try to find a park with a swing, especially when the kids aren't there to bug you. Be creative in life. You're being driven to get into that creative spark so you can have the epiphanies. Biggest one. Gratitude. Thank you. This is a heartfelt thanks to you from someone you recently helped in some way. I, your guardian angel, also wish to thank you for the unconditional love you emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are eternally blessed. May peace, grace, big word, and love forever guide you along your sacred path. So something I like to do every night and every morning is to give my thanks to Source and to my guides for the protection that they give me, the epiphanies, light bulb moments, to connect the dots that I get through them. I give my gratitude to everybody that has blessed me in my life and has helped me along the way, big or small. I do it every day. We're almost done, guys. I'm making this long because these messages need to get through. And Source is on it through me. Oh, and this right here, I bit my lip. I was moving something the other day that was a little bit too heavy for my liking. And I turned out, then ouch. So I have a little bit of a fat lip. Not fun. Okay, these two cards are very heavy with energy. I'll read this one first. Choices. When you worry about decisions, it means that your mind is trying to control your life. And that results in choices made from your ego. Your angel guidance is to consider and evaluate all the options, then let go of your head and choose from your heart that which gives you greatest joy and feels right. Do not act from foolish, impulsive, however, rather from divinely prompted inspiration. Make choices for the highest good. Remember that if something is not for your highest good, it certainly is not for the highest good of those around you. So let go of false feelings of responsibility for others and choose with wisdom. Become still and attuned to your soul. Ask your angels for guidance and help. Then from your point of deep inner stillness, make your choices and easily respond. Abundance. It is time for your life to flow with prosperity, love, and success. You draw from the limitless universal pool according to your belief in how much you deserve. Angel wisdom is reminding you now to believe in yourself and trust that you deserve more then you will attract abundance and the true riches of life. Feel surrounded by love. Open your heart to others. Choose to do what fulfills you most, and the angels will bring you joy, satisfaction, and success. Enhance your prosperity by receiving graciously, giving out willingly, and saying thank you for everything. Enjoy all that you have, and more will come to you. It's a mindset. Focus on yourself. It's not selfish. Again, with the cup, most people I am seeing it pouring from empty cups, and it's exhausting. People are tired, physically tired, because you keep doing for others and you're not giving, not to say not to, but you're not carving the time for your self-renewal, to pour the cup of life onto yourself. You're doing it for everybody but you. And again, I'm only talking to the people that really need to hear this. Some people already know it, embody it, encapsulate it, and go, you go. But the majority of people that I'm seeing in the chatmospheres, and I love you, and this is why I do what I do. Again, for those who are new, I fan the cards out and then I feel the vibration off of what needs to be read, and that's from spirit. The beauty in nature can be the answer to what you seek. Reconnect today. You are a being of the universe. Feel the connection. You are never alone. Do you know how many times the medium had to keep like making this like crystal clear to me? Because again, I am an only child. I grew up by myself. I didn't really have friends. It was just me. But I was never, ever, 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 ever alone. Ever. Though I didn't have a lot of nice things around me, not gonna lie, I know that for a fact. But I did have my guides, and have a lot of them that are always around me. You're never alone. And there's other people out there. You just have to connect with them. There are a lot of people that are going through it right now. They're going through it. They're going through something very deep and very difficult to where to even begin. You are being guided by unseen forces. Have faith, all is well. I don't make this shit up, guys. I don't make this up. Okay, I don't like read the card, like I shuffle them. I'm gonna get an affirmation and then we're gonna hit the last stack. How's that? And then we'll end it. Today, I am curious. Today, I will open my mind and explore new possibilities and opportunities. I got this at 5 below. Today, I will see the possibilities. Today, anything is possible. My heart is open to any and all possibilities. So, my friends, spirit is reinforcing that because it's just said in a different way. Today, I am capable. Today, I will accomplish every goal that I set for myself. whether it be one thing or 25 million. Right? The beauty of having a disease like arthritis, there are bad days, there are good days. I take advantage of the good days and I have to give myself grace. And if I set a goal for one day, it's to get up without having to crawl. That's a goal. Maybe it's, okay, today I did something, I fed the cats, but my body's screaming at me and it's telling me I need to rest. How can I still be productive but not really hurt my body? And I'll set a few goals for myself, and I give my grace and I give myself time to do them. And usually I get it all done. It might not be the expected time that I first made the goal for, but guess what? I got it done, and that's all that matters, right? Like I said, when I was sick, couldn't move, couldn't get out of bed, was using all kinds of like devices to get myself up to even go to the bathroom. Okay, my goal was to clench a pencil, to hold a cup. I couldn't hold a cup. I know, I've been there. To sit upright, that's a goal. I know I'm young, but I was afflicted when I was young. And I used to work at the YMCA as an aquarobics instructor and a lifeguard and all of those things. The pool was my life, right? And the older people, they didn't understand why they couldn't understand how someone my age has what they have. And they couldn't understand why I was exhausted some days and throwing up from medication the next. They didn't understand until I told, they were open enough to, because, my luck isn't for everybody and I scare some people. But when people really opened up to me and they asked me, why do you have a knee brace on today? Because my knee's super inflamed. Do you want to see it? And they would open up the knee brace and they're like, whoa, put it back on, put it back on. Ew, ew, ew. I believe you now. It's real. Because I look healthy. I can move. I don't try to show my pain unless I'm really in it to win it, to feel it. I don't project that out to other people. So other people don't understand, don't comprehend. And then when you explain it to them, they're like, oh, wow, really? You at your age? Wow. And then they show more compassion and they have more and better understanding why I do what I do when I need to do it so that I can do my job properly and safely. Though I cannot do that job any longer because I am heavily anaphylactic to chlorine. This is big. This is our last card. Receiving. You are so loved. Your every need is witnessed and responded to by the universe. However, you sometimes forget this. You become swept up in the moment and the momentum of habitual consciousness, and you forget to take a moment to stop, breathe, and be. In that moment, you can receive the love of the universe that is receiving you. It will nourish you with contentment and energy. You have not done this enough, So your soul is becoming parched and is dry out. Energy has been going out of you, but there is not enough coming back in. It is time to bring something back in for you, to receive and be received. You are being offered a chance for restoration now, to feel nourished, cared for, and loved. Accept it. You deserve it. I don't make this shit up, guys. I don't pull, like I said. This is coming from upstairs. Please understand that. I don't make this up. What I talk about is not of me. It is upstairs. It's source, my guide, streaming everything through me. Promise you. The healing process below will help you surrender any guilt or shame you feel for having needs in the first place. It will also help you overcome any struggle that you have receiving and accepting. So do that so that your needs can be met. Sorry, my dyslexia. Do you know how much joy the universe gains from being able to give to you? When you delight in what you receive, when you openly embrace a gift and are so happy with it, the universe is fully received by you. In this space, there is joyful communion between you and life. Energy flows more freely and magic happens. When you're demure, saying you cannot accept, that is too great of a gift, or that you are not worthy, you are impeding that flow. You are inhibiting the communion, the connection, the playful interaction between you and the universe. Enough with the false modesty and guilt. You are a radiant sun, S-U-N, in human clothing. An exquisite life experience is your birthright. Enjoy it. Soak it up. All of it, including the restoration of sacred rest. From the place of nourishment, you will more effortlessly create, live, and love with greater energy and thriving, pulsing passion. The earth rests each night so it can greet the sun again each morning with the spectacular living art of sunrise. Allow yourself to switch off, step away, close the laptop, switch off the phone, and just be with yourself for a little while. You will return and be more efficient and effective. That's the truth. Rest now, play now, and work later. Forget your worries for a while. Switch off, do something else. Let it all go, and it will all flow. If that message does not encapsulate everything I had to say today, I don't know what does. And this is something I don't do, but I'm going to do this time. The healing process. Say aloud, I release all false guilt and shame about having needs and all false beliefs about rest being wasteful or unnecessary. I accept healthy, productive, sacred rest and the gifts of happiness that it brings. I understand that rest and activity, balance, feed, and nourishment, and nourish each other. There is sacred healing that happens through rest, which is very powerful. I accept and receive this now through unconditional love This is now so. Then read this story aloud as though you were lovingly reading to yourself as a child. You may like to curl up comfortably on a sofa. The great French Impressionist painter Monet sat in his garden on a warm afternoon. He was napping lightly on his garden bench with the sunlight draping gently through the straw hat resting over his face. It was soft and warm on his closed eyelids. He sighs contently. A noisy neighbor poked his head over the fence, keen to know what the brilliant artist was up to now. Sir, you are resting, the curious neighbor called out. No, responded Monet, wiggling to get even more comfortable on his reclining garden chair. I am working. He relaxed further as a mild breeze tickled the hair on his forearms. Monet returned to his garden the next day, consumed by the urge to translate his feelings onto the canvas. He painted with great energy and focus. He was inspired, and the painted flowed. Again, the noisy neighbor poked his head over the fence. He called out, Sir, you are working. No, said the artist, barely pausing with his brush. I am resting. When you are done, give yourself a hug and perhaps have a nap or a cup of tea, or do a little dance around your living room, or paint, relax, go for a walk in the park, or do a spot of window shopping. Just be, play, laugh, relax. Give yourself what you feel you need at this time. If you aren't certain, that's fine. Guess. And know that the more often you do this, the more skilled you will become in identifying and meeting your needs. Yes. And everything I've said thus far, even about my own journey, encapsulates that entirety of what that card is. When more of us step into this energy and power, the world outside of us changes. Things become easier. We'll still have challenges. We'll still be tested from the universe. That doesn't ever stop. But you're going to meet those challenges with a different mindset and a different reaction point where you're not letting your emotions overtake you. You don't need to do that anymore. You're taking in the entirety of you from upstairs into this embodiment. Have grace. You need this rest to do this. I've been giving myself 20-minute naps every day. Here and there, whenever I feel like I really need to shut my eyes, I surrender to it and I shut my eyes. I shut my phone off. I put it on silent and I just go and wink out for a little bit. I make sure I'm meditating at least once a day. Sometimes I meditate 3 to 4. They don't need to be an hour long. 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. I don't care. Whatever and however long it takes me. And again, I know that people have children and husbands and work and all this other stuff, but you can do 10 minutes. When you get into the shower, you can meditate. When you are waking up, do some gratitude affirmations. Give thanks, right? As you're preparing dinner, if you're the one that's cooking in the household, right? As you're cooking, you can do this work. It's not difficult when you give yourself the conscious time to do so. Because the universe wants to receive you as much as you want to receive the universe. So are you going to let it happen? And again, it starts with the work. here. Love yourself. I love all of you. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be sharing what spirit gives to me to give and impart on you guys if I didn't care. I care deeply. I really do. It's very important. I can't be the only lighthouse. It's exhausting. I need more people to become the lighthouses, but in order to be a lighthouse, you have to have your cup full. And I'm finally walking into my full cup. That's why I give my situations, my feelings, my stories, my journey to all of you, not for judgment, and I could care less if you judged me. I want other people who are going through the thick of it, that haven't had a real life and haven't had a chance. I never got to see the world. I barely ever traveled. If I had to go on a vacation, guess what? It was because someone got married and I had a partake in their ceremony, or I was never a bridesmaid, never assigned anything special to anybody. I've been passed up for everybody else, right? But I still showed up happy to have an experience and have fun. But I never actually took a literal vacation. Like, didn't go somewhere just to sit on the beach, right? Never had that experience. Always because something had to get done and I had to go. My vacations are here every day, consciously resting. So I hope you guys took in not just my words, but spirit conveying to you the same thing I'm saying. This whole entire card is everything I said and much more. It's time for many of you to start this work. Think about it. Sending each and every one of you love, light, protection, and shielding. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. If you want a creation, I will work with you. I'm not as expensive as other people. Again, look at the little itty bitty bitties. Look how cute. You know, the holidays are coming up. You're thinking about, think patriot businesses, think small business, think unique, where someone's actually putting their heart into something they're doing. That's all I'm saying. You could do what you want. I'm just letting you know what I do for my own self. I hope all of you have a restful week. Make conscious choices to do that. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. And that should be a Blavatsky read. I'm sending all of you my love, my compassion. Till the next one, guys. Bye.